Hello, fellow Biafrans. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. My name is Betty. I have come again today to continue with our Brgie evangelism. Join me, my people, from wherever you are watching. Let us continue with the evangelism of Biafra. Biafra is our religion, and we must spread the gospel of Biafra. My people, join me from wherever you are watching so that we will continue the interaction. It is always good when two or more people have gathered together with one common interest. Join me, my people. Hello, my wonderful brother Henry. Thank you so much for joining. Before I continue, my people, I have to thank God, Almighty Father. As always, I will always give you thanks, not just because you say that we should give thanks always, but because you are a great God. You are a protective and loving Father. I give reverence to thee, my Lord. God Almighty, I commit my leader, Mazi Kano, into your holy hands. Father, Lord, it is not yet over until it is completely over. I commit also all Biafrans all over the world into your holy hands, and our indomitable Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Obatobie one of Biafra land. He say, my people, you know, every day we hear one thing or the other, but recently we all know that our Prime Minister traveled to Belgium and he made a very wonderful speech that, in fact, 3 people who are good writers cannot download it. Hello, my wonderful brother, Sonny. Thank you for joining. Hello, my sister. We are complete. Thank you, my wonderful people. There's a voice that I will play of a reverend sister. This reverend sister was giving our Prime Minister a revelation, which I will pray to God that he will listen to. You know, no revelation should be ignored, because we humans, the way we act is very different. I cannot explain it because I'm nobody to condemn anyone. But any careful man should be watching the weather, and you change with the weather. When our Prime Minister traveled, there are so many things that he touched, which really touched me. And in fact, I played it yesterday, but I can tell you that I did not actually analyze it on my own the way I did today. You will see that our Prime Minister, when he was talking, he made mention of so many sensitive things that I could not go into yesterday because I was trying to rush out to join my colleagues, the other media team. But my people, you know, when you download certain things that people say, you will just listen to yourself once again and you will know that something is happening. But with his promise, he promised us that they will never kill us again, that they will never abduct our children from school. That is very, very fulfilling. I'm very happy for anyone to listen to. And, you know, to keep doing what you're doing with a lot of pride and happiness. Biafra liberation, we have gotten to a stage that we are not looking back. No amount of sabotage will make us go back, because Biafra liberation started since 1967. Ojukwu tried. There were a lot of sabotage on his way. After he came back to Nigeria, then when he was alive, Uwazurike took over. From Uwazurike, Onyendu came. But I think, my people, that with this very method that our Prime Minister has now, which is the application of international law, Biafra will not fail us from getting. Our Prime Minister got it all right. But my people, I can assure you that why it is delaying till this time is because of the struggle and the fight that the Fulanis have brought to our homeland. And many people will be telling you, oh, Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity in Igbo land. So my people, if you will not begrudge me, let me play a little bit of what he said, so that you will reason with me. Because there, he said it clearly. And anyone, you know, anyone who is reasonable will agree with me that our Prime Minister was not born when all these problems started, and cannot, you know, blame him or attribute the whole incident that took place to him, or blame anyone else. So my people, let me play his voice now for us to listen to him.
Nigeria state. Simon Ekpa was not part of Biafra. Again, income is the Biafra satellite radio, which will happen. Microphone while we are waiting for our sister to reconnect. Okay. Here, please unmute yourself now. Everybody's muted. Yes, sir. Right. Thank you very much, Biafrans in Belgium, the Liaison office.
Hello.
Biafra Liaison office in Belgium. Thank you very much, the cabinet, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. I thank you very much those who are listening and watching from different social media platforms. I also thank you those who are listening through the voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM, before the official launching of the Biafra satellite radio,
I'm not expecting you,
which will happen anytime in a few days' time. I welcome all of you to this tour of Belgium. I want everyone to understand that we have picking up guns to defend our land, and the gun is not going down until the Biafra is liberated from the Islamic State of Nigeria. For decades, Biafra people have been treated like slaves within the Nigeria enslavement. Over 100 years, we have suffered marginalization, and we have seen worse than the apartheid in South Africa. Today, Biafra person cannot be a president in Nigeria. Biafra do not have.
My people, this is the trending video now. And yesterday when I played it, I was rushing to go and join my media team. But analytically, we will analyze every word today that I'm more relaxed. I'm not going anywhere. And I hope that some of you that are here with me will be patient, because many things, yeah, okay, all right, okay, tomorrow, okay. So let us analyze this very well, because I have gone to my Prime Minister's Twitter handle. There isn't much to update on, but we have to really go through this. You know, instead of gossiping, let us go through this, flesh it out, and deal with what he said one after the other. That makes a lot of sense.
Seaport?
Sorry, my sister Diane, he said the problem delaying the freedom is the enemies within the Biafra land. Exactly. Due to their selfish wickedness, selfishness, greediness, corruption, envy, jealousy, hatred for their people. Yes, when you allow yourself to be used against your own brother and sister by the enemy, it is always like this. Because your sister or your brother will just look at your face and will feel weak to harm you. But they will not understand that it is the enemy using them. And that is the modus operandi of the Fulanis. You remember last time one man was here attacking me, saying, okay, that he will leave. But he knows that when Biafra comes, that we will eat ourselves raw. You can imagine that type of person. He said his name is Musa. But do we care? They are the ones doing the incitement and the corruption. There was a list somebody sent me today of the number of the Fulanis during Buhari's time, how much they have in the World Bank or in the bank in America, and how American government have listed those names and how much they banked. It was only in Gige that his name is an Igbo man or a Biafran. The rest are Fulanis, even the soldier Buratai. So my people, when we have a son like our Prime Minister, we have to listen to him attentively and work very well with what he has to say.
Biafra do not have the presence of any embassy. Biafra do not have any office or any presence of multinational corporations.
He mentioned embassy. My people, you know that before the war, though I wasn't a grown-up then, before the war, our Enugu has all the countries of the world, their embassy was at Enugu. Is it there today? The answer is no. We have no seaport, no electricity, no roads, no hospital, no good schools, but the oil is in our land. What a marginalization. What a poor treatment. So if you are coming from Akwa Ibom, let me start from that end of Biafra land. You need a visa. You have to travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to either Lagos or to Abuja. Can you imagine the risk? Assuming it is a student, what money has the person got to enter plane? And when you are getting the visa, you are paying some dollar or some pounds or German yen or whatever money. It is any country you are going to. The marginalization is not hidden. It is very clear and very open. So my sister Mary said, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we unite Biafrans like never before. It's even in Biafra that Biafrans will enjoy peace and real unity. Exactly, and real love. No hatred, no sabotage. Because Sadwana of Sokoto and his father, Usman Danfodio, destroyed the image of Biafrans amongst other tribes in the zoo. We want to go, they don't want us to go. We cannot rule Nigeria. We cannot have good roads. Yet we are the golden goose that lays the egg, the golden egg. Yet we are denied every opportunity. We have to struggle 10 times like any other Nigerian. This time around, we are fed up of nursing the zoo nation. We are no longer a nurse. We are now the owners. We want to claim our land. Biafra land does not belong to any other tribe but Biafrans.
Biafra do not have any headquarter of any world class organization. Biafra land do not have the presence of the Nigerian federal government. Biafra land do not have road. Biafra do not have school. Biafra land do not have hospital. Biafra do not have social amenities. Biafra do not have any presence of Nigeria state within our land. This is not something that started yesterday. This has been the result of the marginalization, discrimination with impunity, the dangerous diversity of the Nigeria state that Biafra people is unfortunately being part of Nigeria. This is a mistake that British government have done, and will continue to hold the British government accountable. Will continue to blame them until the day Biafra will finally gain its freedom from Nigeria. The British, out of their selfish interest, joined people that have nothing in common together, and they begin to compete among themselves, religious-wise, economic-wise, educational-wise, and cultural-wise. And this whole combination of this pull apart from each other become a dangerous diversity that we suffer today. Biafra people embraced Christianity. Christianity preached.
You know, when he said dangerous diversity, it's not just dangerous, too dangerous, too dangerous. If the Saudi Arabians, who are the originators or the people who started Islamic religion, if they can settle down and develop their country, if you travel to there, you will find all the different denominations of service, those churches and temples and mosques, everything. They have it in that city, so that when you come there, you will go and worship where you belong. They are not forcing anybody. But this dangerous diversity is that they want to Islamize people by force. At this 21st century, they are using religious group to radicalize children. The cow that used to walk freely becomes a trap for our people. Now, cattle rearers are AK-47 rearers. They use the cow to make their own money. But our people who are predominantly farmers cannot harvest their crops because these cows will go there and eat everything up. Nigeria is friendly with India, with America, with United Kingdom, with France, with Germany, with Russia, everywhere, all over the world. Nigeria does not, they do know very well that you can't see cattle on any of these countries I mentioned, walking on the street or going to farms. Nigeria cannot have a ranch or a place where they will make a ranch for their cattle. Hello, Ubu, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Our PM is talking to us. Let me continue with him.
About love of one another. Christianity preach about do not harm your fellow human. We embrace Christianity. Our cultural and traditional religion also preach the same. Do not harm any person that is your close relative, your friends, extended families, and even foreigners and strangers. This is what our value system is all about. We embrace the foreign God and become even more radical than them. And then as time goes on, we begin to see the Islamic State, we begin to see the Fulanis coming with aggression, coming with terrorists, coming with terrorism, attacking and killing Biafrans since 1945. This led to the declaration of Biafra by Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu in 1967. Nigeria, being a dangerous diversity, witnessed coup upon coup, military coup upon military coup. And as this was going on, Simon Ekpa was not born. From 1967 to 1970, as Biafra struggled to exit Nigeria because they feel that their life is being threatened and their future and existence is being under attack. They fought a brutal war. Simon Ekpa was not born by then. After 1967 to 70 war, Nigeria declared that it was a no victor, no vanquish. By then, Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu was in exile. At the end of the day, he came back. He was celebrated because the decision, he saw what many people did not see. The people who fought Ojukwu today is being massacred in their villages. Gowon is one of them. Gowon village has witnessed the highest IDP camp within the Nigeria state. He didn't see this coming today. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1970. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1979. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1980. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1981. Was not born in 1982. Was not born in 1983. Was not born in 1984. Simon Ekpa was born in 1985. In 1982 to 1984, a man called Buhari planned coup against Nigeria. Out of this dangerous diversity, he became a military dictator under military rule in Nigeria. It was not as a result of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was not born. People are not asking question. Why are there this coup upon coup upon coup within the Nigeria state being carried out by North and of course Yorubas? But whenever this coup happens, and if there is one single Igbo man in this coup, or one single Calabar man, or one single Ijaw man in this coup, he become Igbo coup. After that,
my people, you know, I'm not exaggerating by what I'm going to say now. Every time they mention Biafra, they will all jump up. You Igbos, you Igbos. Biafra is not about Igbos, my people. It was an Ijaw man and Ojukwu and Effiong, all of them that felt so aggrieved by the way our people were being pied in the north in 1966. They all came together. They warned that they should stop paying our people. That Ijaw man, Ojukwu said to him, all of them, what do we name this very country that we want to form? That Ijaw man said, let us name it Biafra, because we are at the bite of Biafra. You all heard when Asari Dokubo was talking about bite of Biafra. Now he has accepted to be Igbo man. You people know the secret. Yesterday, he wrote and said that he is interested in becoming a Biafran only if they will make him the leader. Oh my God, it's laughable. He said that he can only be a Biafran if they agree to make him a leader. That drunkard, someone who doesn't know his left to his right. He wants to be the leader. That's why he went and brought our Mazi back. Because when Mazi came back, he said that it was him. Anything that is harming an Igbo man, he will claim it. Now he's saying that he is Igbo. But that is by the way. Every other person in the zoo has right to do what they like and get away with it. But if an Igbo man does anything, it will become evil. I don't know why the whole Nigerians have decided to spotlight the Igbo and vilify us, whereas we are the ones that wherever we get to, we will start developing sandfilling, like the sandfield in Lagos, because Lagos is an island filled with water. The same thing in Kano, Kaduna, Jos. There is no way you will not find an Igbo man. We are not troublemakers, but business people and developers. The other day, Allen Onyema, one Nigerianist, a local dress. I know that when Tunde Idiagbo was ruling, Tunde was advocating for the usage of locally made materials. Now, somebody who is an Igbo man wanted his cabin crew members to sew a material that is locally made internationally to bring out our name. The whole nation was on fire. But let me assure those Igbo haters that we can help them. That is the way God have made us. We are not troublemakers, but that does not mean that if you come looking for our trouble, we will give it to you woto woto, no matter who you are. We don't care. The oil they are using and gas today in Nigeria, answering a giant of Africa, it is from Igbo land. So my people, anybody trying to vilify an Igbo man is out of sheer jealousy. We don't care. We are not jealous people. We mind our businesses and go our separate ways doing our businesses. That's all. But it doesn't concern us. That's their business.
this man called Buhari committed many atrocities, including an international crime. 1984, they kidnapped a man called Omar Diko from London because he believed, as a Fulani man, he doesn't respect law, not the law of his own country, not the law of any other country. He came back after many years to become a civilian president with impunity. This same man went to Kenya and kidnapped the current leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Kano. Before Mazi Kano was kidnapped in Kenya, there has been killing and killing since 1999 by the group led by Wazirike. Simon Ekpa was not part of it. From 1999, Wazirike Mossop members was massacred in cold blood, killed at every given opportunity with stray bullet, straight shooting, live bullet by the Nigeria state. Simon Ekpa was not part of Biafra then, at least not part of the agitation for Biafra. The same Wazirike Mossop gave birth to Mazi Kano, indigenous people of Biafra, and still the killings of Biafra continued. In all these things that were going on, nobody summoned the courage to resist the killings of the Biafra agitators. In 2020, the Fulani killings and upsurge of terrorists become a thing of concern across the Nigeria state.
Hello, my brother AGK, you are welcome. All hail Biafra. Freedom is assured. That's the spirit. Please, my brothers and sisters, remember to like and share this video. Share it and let it go viral. If you haven't subscribed, the channel name is Betty Ford TV on YouTube, and on Facebook is Betty Ford Second. Thank you so much. Before I continue, our Prime Minister told us to emphasize on the voting, e-voting, self-referendum. You all know that we all want Biafra to come. We want Biafra to come, which is good and is correct. Hello, Owen, my brother. I'm fine. How are you? God bless you. Yeah. So, what our Prime Minister said is that we should emphasize on it because we are going to use international law. And that law will give you that right based on the number of people who have voted, showing that they want to leave Nigeria. So if you know how you are going to join us in spreading this news, our Prime Minister said that the media team should continue to emphasize on this phase 1 of voting, because another phase will come in October, and the third phase till we will be declared in December 2nd. So my people, voting is very, very important. Voting is important. This voting and donation, very, very important. There wouldn't have been any donation if we do not have this terrorist problem at hand. But with donation, una amaghị ife eji ego donation eme, eji egolu ndị a ngwa agha. Achọrọ m isu ya n'ọnụ bekee. Anyị niile na-anụ asụsụ na-asụ kịta. My people, please. Yes, our sister Diane said Nigeria is full of criminals and evildoers, top to bottom. Every arms of the government ruling with lies and propaganda. every minute of the day. Exactly, my sister. That is how it is. But I can assure you that we don't have to dwell on this. We have to move ahead. You know, we have to move ahead. Yes. AGK say yes, I did to all channels, and I voted a week ago. Oh, my brother, thank you so much. You know, Biafra is our religion, and this evangelism will continue. Thank you so much, and God bless you. He said, Shalom. Biafra victory is ours. He said, my brother AGK, God bless you. And always said, our people must know that this time, you know, yes, and Christian Emeribe Eunwanem, Daluso for joining. Thank you so much. Good job. I love you all, my people. We are great people, very great people. We are home and dry. But as I said, PM emphasized that we, the media team, should continue to emphasize more on voting, because this international law we are going to use goes with voting. The number of people that voted is what will determine the international group recognizing us as a nation. Please, my people, it is very, very important. I'm honest with you. It is important. Let me continue with our Prime Minister's voice.
Upsurge of terrorists become a thing of concern across the Nigeria state, across the entire Africa. They were ranked the #4 most deadliest terrorist group in the world. And because our people become helpless and nobody was speaking for them, and none of these people who call themselves leaders from the eastern part of Nigeria were making any move to protect the women and children from Biafra territory. It was what gave the birth to the formation of the Eastern Security Network by the leader of the Nation of Biafra, Mazi. Simon Ekpa was yet not part of the leadership of the Biafra movement. After the Eastern Security Network was formed, they made sure they protected our people going to farm in the eastern part of Nigeria. It took them within 1 year, just the mention of Eastern Security Network then made the terrorists to flee from our land. Remember that those who pushed these terrorists to Biafra land did not push them to come and feed their cows. They came prepared for jihadist movement. This did not go down well with the Nigeria state that is being controlled by Fulani terrorist sponsors. From the president down to the lowest person. It didn't go down well with them. And they could not also eliminate the Eastern Security Network. So there is need to hunt for the founder and the head of the ESN and the Biafra movement, which is Mazi. While this was going on, Simon Ekpa was just a broadcaster, making videos, sharing videos, exposing Nigeria state and nothing else. This led, they went to Kenya, kidnapped Mazi in 2021. I want people to understand that I'm just trying to make this as brief as possible, because between 2015 to 2017, we have witnessed the massacre of Biafra agitators under Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. They were killed in hundreds at every given opportunity. There has never been any reprisal attack against these killings. There has never been any consequences on the Nigeria side for killing Biafrans. Never.
Yes, what our Prime Minister is saying now To concur to what he is saying, you people will remember that in Rwanda, after the war, they went to court and they were asked to be compensated. Nobody compensated Biafrans for those they massacred during the war. But if proper check and proper count is conducted again now, you will see how many people that Nigeria Army and the Fulani terrorists have killed using the governors. Unfortunately, our own people. If proper care is not taken, the number of people they have killed since Buhari came till now will supersede the number massacred during Nigeria Biafra war. Because the military will go and buy our boys and harvest their organs in all their military camp. The one in Ohafia, the one in Tiger Camp, the one in Obibo that Wike did. This is what our people are going through. How many were by during the Python dance at Onyendu's compound? Nobody is talking about it. Yet, now you people know that because of the blowing of the oil pipe now by Biafra Navy and others, they are now carrying oil by tank on the road because those pipes have been cut off. And some of these oil companies have left Nigeria. So, Brgie government and the Biafra Liberation Army, they are doing great work to protect our people.
Has there been any consequences? They killed, I will make noise. Those who were then make noise, and that is the end. As this was going on, some people who are today blackmailing and betraying the movement they started were the one who pushed these people to go and die. And after they got killed by the Nigeria terrorist state, their own life continued. They lived on. From this criminal Kochinas and Woru to Chikedozie, all of them were part of the movement. After
my people, you know these names he mentioned now. The zoo government pays them. And what they are doing is what we call systematic way of buying people. You know that these two people are used their network. They ban us from mentioning Igbo Madu. Fagasina ineme insight kogunada. But oburo ifa ineme fa watasir manandi Nigeria na kufogo. Many of us wait to see go their pages. So anamade a bit anama pachalana makana ndi ocha bo manke fa manke onye ozo. Fana ebe akwa fa choko wanine na anu fa bet gị nwa be fa pretend ya. So if any these people name bụ Chinasa Nworu na Chike Doziem bụ fa bịa fa si na fa na form one group ka eje fight ba ESN. Kita ozi fight Biafra Liberation Army. Onye jekwa na maka ememia here last week that onwere onye ba anyị ga-ejekwa again. Fa form gebubago wee na-egbu sisi ụmụ ba anyị. Kita fast na fa na form another word. Na-akpọ ndị ụmụ Igbo Fabia na-enwelu nzukọ ka ewe volunteers onye jekwa na. My people, do not go. Don't go for any recruitment. our PMs no more any recruitment in the on now. No any recruitment. Niaga emekuno malundi abukwa Fabia Chikoto Munna Fejekpon the governors are put the all this repented Boko Haram in uniform. Fabia Babusi Munna Bikono, my people. This is a good reminder.
People are massacred in the street, their own life moves on. They will now want other people to join. The killing did not stop until 2021. They kidnapped Mazi from Kenya. Remember, the kidnap of Mazi has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. But you know, many of these criminals today, they tell you that the activities of Simon Ekpa is the reason Mazi has not been released.
My people, is as I said, this video got it properly analyzed today. Everything men are southeast. Mbundi Nzama, IPOB Nigeria. Asi unu no Simon Ekpa. Tu akafula nisi eme. Unafugo hatred ndi Nigeria nwe for ndi Igbo today. Or ife Sadwana of Sokoto, Amadu Bello. Or ifo men na the whole Nigeria. Or di unu ke wetonye Igbo kita adobe wetonye Fulani. Kedonye ndi Nigeria ge choose. Mbobi putalo fuka the upsurge. How every Nigerian nusi neso gali obi. Makana forma no ndi Igbo. Nedozi Nigeria. Manaye dozi get enough. We have our own hope. We are going to Biafra now to go and build our nation. Ego that oil. Yes, my people. So, this very thing they on now, if on eku, no buro yawan, o nwero ogo gabu our PM, if I call on the Fulani, and the fair recruit to get a lot of Ndibani, Fana Hugo, Kafane may Biafra, this our brother, so that Undi Mado rap within a sea. Ka Biafra gali mwisi makanonya bu the reason why they abducted Onyendu. Famaro na Madu dika Simon ga apụta again. Even iji gwa na eziokwu ife our prime minister na-eme na-eti karịa oge Onyendu na ọ bụrụ na Onyendu adịrọ powerful mana Onyendu make a one step forward. This IPOB Biafrans I draw ya back. If any now, our prime minister name template Onyendu ka ọ na-eso. And why he is achieving all this? But because no soro ndị DOS, they are sellout. They have been bought over by all these governors. On this very platform, I have brought you people the confession of China Sanguru and Chike Doziem, where Chike Doziem said that the governors promised to pay the ESN. Yaweje gwafebe ebefano fajeba waje babusiefa. So if any nefa name a book propaganda against our PM, oburo ya wana cause insecurity. Rather, obu no oburo our PM ani Igbo ga-agbago ọsọ maka anyị nwa bụ their target. Inanya na the whole zoo onwere Islamic religion. Enwere na Kwara State, Yoruba land. Enwere na Benue. Everywhere fania so ani Igbo. Oh ifefa jiwe everything me fascino Simon Ekpa. No Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is the only one saving our people. That our people are still in the villages now is because of this Biafra Liberation Army. I'm telling you people. So anybody saying that he's the one causing insecurity, all men and Indi Fulani, that's the way they operate. And that's what made the whole Nigeria hate the Igbos. That was Sadwana of Sokoto. Amadu Bello, he's the one. So now, Fasinazo, Fana Eyuzu Ndia, now Kufogwo, with oil, because oil are broke, they don't care how they use the money. So let nobody be deceived. Oburu, our prime minister, rather, he's the only one saving us.
And you have to ask them, was it Simon Ekpa activities in 2021 that led to the kidnapping of Mazi in the first place? The answer is no. I want you to understand how the enemy works. Those who have become the saboteurs in our struggle, they have made themselves available to be used by the enemy. So they tell you the activities of Simon Ekpa is the reason Mazi is not released. But it was not the activities of Simon Ekpa that led to the kidnapping of Mazi. But you know, when he was kidnapped, I looked around 6 months. They know that I'm a very, very, very dangerous person, because I know they must have done some consultation. A dangerous person in the sense that I will do everything to liberate my people. I will do everything to protect the women and children of Biafra, because I have seen it all. It took me years to study Nigeria up to this point. No?
Yes, my people. This dangerous person on what the Koge Michael Jackson said, I am dangerous. Dangerous afọ bụ na ya bụ onye na-emesi ife ike. Ominụrụ n'ọnya nwa na-egbu ndị be anyị. Dangerous in the sense that oge onye ndu si farapụ Simon Ekpa ka o nweta a slot na Radio Biafra faju. But now I can see that it was God, because they would have corrupted him. But God pushed him aside, and they refused, because farmer no gano chilufa. If on make it a kafa choroko me that time, but I thank God that he is the kind of person he is. Immediately they refused him. He just went away and was watching them until the right time when he started.
It took me years to study international law. And that international law is what I'm applying to the Biafra struggle today. For the very first time in the history of Biafra and Nigeria, the dangerous diversity that we find ourselves into have made it possible for us to defend ourselves. And as much as I agree on no violence, we are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigerian aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense. After 2021, I promised Biafra people, after 6 months of blackmailing me because I did not agree to work with them, I have seen many things that many people did not see. I promised Biafra and Mazi can one thing: your kidnapping will be useless. The reason they kidnap you from Kenya, I will make sure that it is as useless as anything. And your kidnapping from Kenya will be very, very expensive to Nigeria state. That was my promise before man and God. And believe me.
My people, you know this one, he talked about making the kidnap of Mazi expensive for Nigeria. It was more than that. Because every day the people at Otu Onitsha, the people at Ogbete market in Enugu, the people at the business in Oka, the people, all these states that sit at home, yes, they pay tax every day. And those taxes, the governors don't collect it. Do you know where they send the tax? To Abuja. And you know how beautiful or how ugly these marketplaces are no good market store, no good shops, no good roads. When rain is falling, their legs will be soaked in flood. Now, as there's a sit at home in Biafra land, no transport from any part of Nigeria whatsoever will go to Igbo land or Biafra land, whether from Porto, from Lokoja, from Abuja, from Kano, from Kaduna, from Jos, from Lagos, from Yoruba land, from anywhere in Nigeria, you cannot enter Biafra land on Monday. All this, you know, at Motor Park, they also collect tax. So our Prime Minister made the holding of Onyendu very, very expensive, to the extent that the man at the House of Assembly called Ekpa, who is the Senate President, the third in command in Nigeria, he started complaining that Simon Ekpa is the governor of Southeast from Finland. So my people, our Prime Minister, we must support him.
I am living up to that promise. Today, if they are not regretting kidnapping Mazi and become their line, I also promise Biafra, nobody will kill you again, like in Aba, like in Igbo, like we did, you know, people, and go free. Remember, when Wike was killing Biafrans in Obibo, Simon Ekpa was not there. It was not as a result of the activities of Simon Ekpa. Have you all forgotten? When you were massacred at Mpo and Enugu, Simon Ekpa was not remembered. Simon Ekpa was not even talking about Biafra. But today, the enemy is trying to make you believe that the problem is Simon Ekpa.
Yeah.
What was the problem that led to the massacre of thousands of Biafrans in Obibo by Wike? Was it Simon Ekpa? What was the problem that led to the massacre of Biafrans in Aba, in the school? Over 150, at least officially reported. It is more than 200 people massacred in one day. Simon Ekpa was not a member of Biafra then. When they were killing people in Enugu, when they went for money training, massacred our boys in Enugu State, Simon Ekpa was not part of it. What was the problem then? What led to the massacre of Biafrans in Enugu? Now, I want you to understand one thing. The enemy have seen that somebody actually knows his right from his left. And that person is the Prime Minister of Biafra today. For the very first time in the history of Nigeria and Biafra, we say, even though we are fighting for the exit of Biafra peacefully, we will not fold our arms and watch you kill us again and cry on social media. No. When you come with your arms, we will defend ourselves with our own arms. And that is exactly what is happening today. But you know, they are crying. And I want you to understand, ask yourself a question. They say Simon Ekpa is killing military in the East.
My people, fellow Biafrans, people of liberal mind, we are wonderful people. Anya de egbu mmadụ. Ọ ndị na-akpọ isi anyị na-egbu mmadụ. Anya de egbu mmadụ. That's why God wants us to be saved. Ọkwa ifuru ndị a na-akpọ egbu mmadụ, ndị ọkpụ isi ịkpọsịa isi anyị ijebunie amamụdị ife afa na-agụ na dịka awa rosary febulie na-eti ala ala. Before Jesus Christ and Muhammad were born, Chukwu agwago Moses na Mount Sinai, thou shalt not kill. Amaramu onye fa na akpọkwano ife a. Ụmụ Ishmael, Chukwu afrọkwa ndị a n'anya, Chukwu alaikiri ife fa na-eme. That's why oge ejidere onye ndu anyị o wee zipụtela ya onye nke a. Ụmụnne m, o nwere gbuo dị n'ala Igbo aka nwanne anyị nwoke a adịrị ya. Ọ omenala ndị na-akpọ isi ala. Kịta ifefe achọrọ maka fa kwulie si na ọ bụ gọvanọ, ọ sị na ọ bụ na ya ma na ya nwee ike iyuzu ndị be anyị wee na-egbu anyị na ya meje ọgụ na 1967. Ifugie. So that one alone will ọ ga-agbalụ our prime minister Osiali. Ọ bụrụ anya nwa na akọs ife na-eme na bai. Okwugo so many things kịta melu before nyanwa join ya. Or join this IPOB struggle na 2019 nke mbosi a. But look at kemgbe eji wee were ọbara ndị Biafra wee mebe one Nigeria. We can no longer continue. Ife nwelu mbido na-enwe ọgwụgwụ, and God will use somebody to bring that thing to an end. And that is exactly the position of our Prime Minister now. Nobody will convince you to the contrary that our Prime Minister is the cause of anything in the Southeast. These people have been massacring us for many, many years. If I don't like Simon Ekpa, I hate him, I do this, I do that, it's just one of the propaganda and one of the ways for your enemy to sideline you, twist your mind, and remove your eye from your focus.
What are the military doing in the East? Are you not in democratic system? What is the business of military in your street? Why are military having checkpoints in Biafra land? Is it not, are we not in democracy? I want you to know the answer today. The answer is because they feel threatened. They feel that Biafra, it is time for Biafra to go. They feel that Nigeria have expired. And the only challenge Nigeria has is coming from the East. And let me tell you, no amount of bullet will suppress the challenge that the East is giving to Nigeria today until the exit. So they're trying to make you understand that Simon Ekpa is killing soldiers. And I want you to ask them, what was Simon Ekpa doing when the people of Biafra were massacred at Ekpa? Just last year, they killed them in Aba. Was it Simon Ekpa? The answer is no. And the last question I want to ask some of you today, before I go to the update and achievement we've made very briefly, is they came and announced that 16 soldiers have been massacred in Okwama community. But what they are not telling you people, what were the soldiers doing there? We've listened to different stories. The story of oil bunkering, which is the business of the Nigeria army, terrorist army. That's what they do. The fight in Okwama community is a fight of the control of oil bunkering. They are not telling you people this story. The Biafra government has nothing to do with oil bunkering. We are going to control our natural resources by ourselves, by force, by arms, by everything possible. And when that time comes, you will know that Biafra government is responsible for whatever that is going on in control of our resources. The time is going to come. Now, if they are crying about the soldiers that have been killed in Igbocha, how many times have they cried that the Biafra Liberation Army killed soldiers? But they are complaining and crying every day for nothing. At least you have seen that soldiers were killed in the Okoma community for bunkering, for oil bunkering. But have you seen them crying that, mentioning it, that Biafra Liberation Army have killed the Nigerian army and they want to revenge?
You know why they are crying for those buried in Okwama community? Because those are the Fulani terrorist repentant Boko Haram. Yes. You know what they do? We all have people in the zoo that tells us what is going on. When they want to go and attack Boko Haram in Sambisa forest, they will choose the south, southeast and southwest and Benue soldiers in the military and send them there. Una magono Shetima form Boko Haram. Okpofa Gwafa na ndị south na-abịa. That's what they do. They will tell them, do they ever tell us about those ones massacred by terrorists in Maiduguri, where Sambisa is, Borno State? They don't talk about it. If enka ji na-agbafala bụ no ndị befa olurani bịa gbuo ndị southeast fesend ya ndị nke befa o ife mmadụ iri na ịsatọ a egbu o ife o ji enyefa nsogbu n'arụ. And why na fa chọrọ ikwu maka ndị Biafra Liberation Army na-egbu o ifele delofa na ndị Akabure nation si etu a na-egbufa. Unu manụ maka oge the Ministry of the Defense Chief na-asị na ozu dị na mortuary na-esi isi maka na ọkụ ada dị na zoo, ozu ndị amị fabulu fajeme farmers grave. Ọ ndị Biafra Liberation Army gbulufa and etu a ka a ga na-egbufa woto. Achọrọ m isi ya n'oyibo ụmụnne m na-aghọtakwanụ.
Have you seen them saying it? Ask yourself, why is Okoma community different?
Yes.
Because they know the validation of Biafra will begin from there.
Yes.
But they're not mentioning it. Do you know, as they are killing Biafrans, Biafra army are neutralizing them? Do you know how many numbers of all this terrorist army that Biafra Liberation Army have neutralized? Thousands of them. I am saying, I want you to cut this particular segment. Thousands of them. And if they have not neutralized them, they will level entire village in Biafra land. We will not allow that anymore. They have done it before. But the question I want to ask those sabos, why have they not mentioned that Biafra Liberation Army are killing Nigeria army when they come to kill us? Rather, they are mentioning and publicizing just 16 soldiers that the community, that the people that are fighting doing oil bunkering, they had issue and led to their death because they have been killing each other in that community. It has absolutely nothing to do with Biafra. But that community is a Biafra community. But you see, it was all over news everywhere. 16. But ask them to give account of how many soldiers has fallen in the second Biafra war. Because what is happening now is Biafra war. A systematic war going on. How many Nigeria army, terrorist army has fallen in Imo State? I am telling you, they are running up to thousands in Imo State. But they have not come to shout that army have died in Imo State. Ask yourself, why? And let me tell you, this is under, we are operating under international law. There is no law that we have violated because we know exactly what we're doing. You don't expect Biafrans to fold their arms, to fold their hand, because we are fighting to liberate ourselves peacefully. We were agitating peacefully, and for that reason, you pick up your gun and your AK-47 and start shooting a live bullet on protesters.
Yes, my people, by way of analysis, what our Prime Minister said is 100% correct. When we were protesting using our flag, they were buying us. So all this sit at home is not for nothing. We were protesting peacefully. Unu loteloge Buhari si onye ọbụla weta egbe. Oge Buhari bidoro ọchịchị na year 2000 and was it 15? Buhari, please, if anyone remembered when Buhari started ruling, can you just indicate? So that time Buhari said, oh, bring your gun, bring your knife, everybody. So our people started bringing everything they have. After that, the next thing we saw was the cattle rearers carrying AK-45, both their men and their women. Oge anwa kafa bido ogbube ndị be anyị n'ugbo. Na-egbu wee gbugide wee gbuo one girl egburu Ekpa na Ihiala. Gbuo this girl, Fadina child the girl, fa gbuo ya. Onye nke nyanya ya yi wee gba ọsọ, wee gbanaje kpọ ndị nọ n'ụlọ. That was the one that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. Onye ndu wee jụ si na ife ama emezi na 2020 onye ndu wee bịa on the 12th of December wee tinye ESN. Ife a wee Buhari wee unu mana Buhari kpọrọ ndị be anyị asị maka na o nwee bullet dị Buhari na-arụ kemgbe ọ banyere ọchịchị ọ na-eje medical check-up. They cannot remove that bullet. Ọ sị na ndị Igbo gbara ya egbe. Ọkwa igbu mmadụ ka o jebe n'iru agha wee gbaa ya nke. Maka unu ada aghọta ife ụfọdụ na-eme. Mgbe ọ nwere ya na-arụ wee nwụọ mgbe ọ nwụrụ na 2017. So Buhari wee batara ndị befa chenji Fulani wee bido nyebe nsogbu ebe niile. Ya na Shetima wee fọmụọ Boko Haram afa fọmụrụ ya to destabilize Jonah's government. And unu mana Jonathan be peaceful man. Ọ bụrụ no a warlike person, o nwere ike ilitu n'ọchịchị wee nye Buhari that chance ka ọ bata. Jonathan ji nwayọọ wee lituo. Buhari na ndị befa bido gbube ndị mmadụ. You know? So all these things faneme, honor the good. When something is happening, you will be picking them, placing them one after the other. So that onye malife putane yanya, in your past, you use it to work for your future. These people are very evil. International law permit ngenwa use ife onye ilo gị ji achụ gị ọsọ wee defend onwe gị. Onwere iwu anyị na-ada. Onye asịkwa na Biafrans or Simon Ekpa is doing it wrongly. No, it is self-defense. Biafra land abụrụ ugwu Hausa, ọ bụrụ Yoruba land. Ọ bụ anyị ka ọ bụ. We have to defend it. Anyị ejere obe fananu sifa ọgọ ọfanwa chọrọ anyị na-abịa be anyị.
For many years, and I told them, if you have been shouting on social media, I will not shout on social media. Have you seen me broadcasting for a long time? My broadcast is what I am doing now. On this tour, I use the opportunity to speak to Biafrans like you, and that is the broadcast I'm having now. The time for broadcasting is over. It is the time to put everything we have learned and researched for many years into action, into work. And whenever the time for this tour, I will use the opportunity to broadcast to the Biafra people. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, our Prime Minister is an action man. That's who he is. He's an action man. And you want to mezili the broadcast. Nya worry na. And
when our social media app comes out, maybe there could be a change. So I want to assure you people today, Biafra, all over the world, that the defense of Biafra is a no-go area. We will fight and fight until the Biafra is restored. And nobody is going to die am telling you the fact. Our aim and objective is to make sure in this fight, no Biafra dies. But like Onyendu used to say, they will kill us, we will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. I want to thank those of you who have supported this movement up to this point. But remember, we have entered the liberation phase where everything will be very difficult. By the special grace of God, it will not be difficult for the Biafra people. The dragon flag has been raised since 2021. And the dragon flag is not going down. We have raised the Biafra Liberation Army flag. We have also raised the Biafra Resistance Fighters flag. We have raised the Biafra Navy flag. We have raised the defense, the BDF, the Biafra Defense Force flag. That flag, those flags will never go down. Until the declaration of Biafra, and Biafra will be defended. For those who are saying that it is not possible, that we are just deceiving people, thank you very much. We will deceive people, but remember, when the time comes, and if you are a Biafra and saying it, you have something waiting for you. The Biafra law and policy will wait for you at the right time. And then you will shout, had I known. Those who are the people are shouting, Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is killing soldiers in Nigeria. Why are you going to support him? These are the same people who were pushing people to go and die in Aba. And they went and actually died. We have the recent one. And I want to ask you, have there been any consequences from their side? The answer is no. But you know, we are not going to overlook those things based on the fact that they are not supporting what we are doing. Every Biafran is recognized by Biafra government. Government is a government. We are not organization. We're not IPOB that you say you don't register. You are not a registered member. No, that is the difference. So when those people were killed in Aba, we made sure that the Nigerian government that killed them pay for it. And today, believe me, they have paid more than that expected. So the government of Biafra is living up to its responsibility. And we have also made sure that those of our people who think that the government is just a shambolic one, in their various communities, there has been peace and tranquility, while other people in Nigeria are facing extinction, including displacement, going to IDP camp, killing them, abducting school children, killing women and all that. They are all happening all over Nigeria. It is only in Biafra territory that that is not happening. And I'm telling you, any day they try and abduct anybody in mass in Biafra land, believe me, I will not say what we're going to do, but we know where to hold them. The time has come that you must be speaking very bold. Do not be scared of your enemy. The invasion of Biafra land must stop. The terrorist checkpoint in Biafra land must be disbanded. Let me tell you, it is something that is going to take time. We're not saying that it must end in one day or in 1 week. It is something that is going to take time. We are fighting a terrorist government that has billions of dollars. And so far, so good. Systematically, as you can see, we are defeating them. And the defeat will continue. So, my fellow Biafran, the 2nd of December declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is very sacrosanct. We maintain it is very, very sacrosanct. The ongoing self-referendum is very important, that you stick and make sure that your people in your villages, in your town, participate in the voting. We need as many number of votes as possible in order to legitimize or to validate the actions of the government. We must get a reasonable number of votes, and we have time. Those states that are yet to receive their tablet, especially the electoral officials, you are going to receive the tablet very, very soon. So, but for now, it is very imperative that the media team of the Biafra Republic government in exile and every lovers of Biafra government in exile and those who are individually broadcasting on their own must channel their energy to the voting for self-referendum. Very, very important. We need to get...
My people, you have heard it. He said that the media team should channel their energy towards, spreading the news about self-referendum. Please, my people, it is very important. As I said earlier, e-voting, which is self-referendum electronic voting, is very, very important, is necessary. It goes, it works hand in hand with this international law. That is what they will be looking at, the number of people that have voted. Please, my people, anyone that has not voted, try and vote. You may be contributing money and doing everything. That is not the only thing we needed. The major thing is this self-referendum e-voting. At least it's not something you are going to queue on the line to vote under sun or under rain. You will just be in your car or in your office. Use 5 minutes, you will vote. If any one of you here have not voted, please contact me on +44 7706 705 575. I repeat it, +44 7706 755 75. Please, my people, tell your people in the towns and villages, help them to vote. You must have Gmail to vote. You cannot use Yahoo Mail, no. And you cannot use any other email except Gmail, because this electronic voting goes hand in hand with Gmail. That is the most important thing we need now, believe me, because for us to use international law to get our referendum, then the voting is very important, because the number of people who said yes is what we show that we are enough to form our own country and our own nation. But it is going to be United States of Biafra. Thank you, my people.
As many votes as possible before October this year. The first phase of this voting is going to end next month, which is May. After that, we'll go to the second voting, and then we'll go to the third voting, to the third phase. So it is very, very important. This is what is going to define a lot of things that will happen this year. For those who do not understand how the Biafra independence and liberation is going to happen, of course, I'll always explain this. On the 2nd of December 2024, when we have gathered enough vote and see that Biafra people have given their consent to the government, we will declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra. And we are going to intensify the defense of our land. We are also going to intensify the delegitimization of the Nigerian state within Biafra. In addition to that, we will intensify our diplomatic fight to see the recognition of Biafra. Like you hear our Director General of Foreign Affairs Ministry talked about Belgium. It is the same everywhere. Biafra is the only country that actually have enjoyed recognition. No other country has been recognized during the declaration of independence. It is only Biafra that we recognize. And the people do not understand the importance of these recognitions. The past leaders of the Biafra movement have done very well, but nobody has been able to break the chains to benefit what this recognition has to offer. The Biafra government is doing everything to make sure that the recognition of Biafra is restored. We are also filing application in the next 10 days. We are filing application to many authorities that you are going to hear from the media announcement. This application has to do with recognition of Biafra. And also, we will make sure that the international stage, at the international stage, Biafra become a topic. Biafra is not going to be a topic by carrying flag and running around in the street. Biafra can never be a topic by coming on social media and shouting Simon Ekpa is a criminal. Biafra can never be a topic by calling Ike Kuremadu Onyoshi. Biafra can never be a topic by claiming that or shouting that Tinubu is a drug pusher. No, we have done all those. Everybody knows Tinubu is a drug pusher. Everybody knows Tinubu is a criminal. But that is not the reason to fight for Biafra. The reason to fight for Biafra has to do with you fight to preserve yourself, you fight to preserve your life, you fight to make sure that your culture, your way of life is preserved, and of course, the people.
My people, it is very good to analyze this situation now. The reason why we are fighting for Biafra. We are not just fighting because we are marginalized. We are overdue to have our own nation. And you cannot see the way they are fighting us, because they will always tell you, oh, the Igbos want to break Nigeria. Why not? Nigeria is not one. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria does not contain everybody. They did not take permission or take consent from our forefathers before Lord Lugard made Nigeria one with Florence Shaw, his girlfriend. Why we are fighting for Biafra is because when we joined them and did everything we did all these years, even after all the buying of our people, they are still not okay. Since after the war, has a Biafra ruled that zoo? No. Has anything changed? No. We can't continue like this. We need our own home. That's why they are fighting us. And our Prime Minister, you will agree with me that he is doing double job. He is trying to get us Biafra, and he's fighting a battle. He's fighting war. He's fighting the Biafrans. He's fighting with Nigerians, I mean to say. He's fighting with Cameroon. Because the Cameroonians, the land that Nigeria government promised them, gave them during the war, was our land. And the Cameroonians are still fighting for that land. And we are telling them it is not yours. It is not yours, it is our land. And Nigeria is fighting us from one end. Cameroon is fighting us from the other. That's why it is becoming this taking lengthy time for Biafra to come. We need our own nation, because we know that if we get Biafra today, before you know it, Biafra will be bigger and better than Dubai, because we are magical people. We are wonderful people. God created us beautifully well. We are very intelligent people, very smart people. With all this, we cannot satisfy Nigeria, so we have to go. We are not leaving Nigeria because they are corrupt, or because Tinubu is this or Tinubu is that. So we need our own nation. Even the Odudu ones, they want their own nation. The Middle Belt, they are so helpless, but they are joining us, or they have joined. They contacted our prime minister that they want to join us. You all know when they came to beg Biafrans to forgive them for buying us during the war with this hopeless zoo. We are not scared. We are asking for our own. We are not fighting for their land. We are fighting for our own. We don't go to the north to fight them. They always come down to buy our people. You all know that Hope Uzodinma lives in Abuja. This is it. Why does he live in Abuja? Because they use him to make Imo State being a center of Biafra land. They want to take Imo State because of the oil that is littered everywhere. Oil in Uguta, gas in Uguta. So that is the reason why we are fighting. Some people are using it to make money. That's why they sold Onyendu. Otherwise, if we are one with one mind, nobody will touch Onyendu.
As Biafra nation as a large, the fight to live, the fight to life, that is the reason for Biafra. The reason for Biafra not because Nigeria is corrupt. No. The reason for Biafra is because Nigeria is not a country. The reason for fighting for Biafra is because when Nigeria was created, the people of Biafra did not consent to Nigeria. The reason for fighting for Biafra is because the original plan of Nigeria has changed without you knowing it. The reason for Biafra exit today is because while Nigeria was recognized as a secular state, today it is no longer a secular state. It has changed from the backyard to Islamic state.
You see this secular state he is talking about. You people know, oh, ndị be anyị si n'ọnwa dị round. Ndị be anyị si n'ọnwa akpazuo. And that is what ndị ọcha na-akpọ circle. Secular state bụ ife galo round. Nya ife me n'ugwu Hausa bụ ife ga-eme na Biafra land, bụ ife ga-eme na Yoruba land, bụ ife ga-eme everywhere. But ọbụrụzi a secular state. Na 1999 ka ndị Fulani change the constitution. Anyị niile nwere oge afọ together. Onya ka fa na-use kita wee na-emebisi ife. O change go. O ifo mean by na Nigeria abụrụzi a secular state. Yeah, ife mele onye nka ada emezila onye nka. If onye nka dị entitled to, abụrụzikwa ife onye nka dị entitled to. We need our home. We need our home. Where there will be confederation. Every state gonna manage their own economy. If they didn't bunu, or na your village will oil, all no one gonna manage your process government. Unana kuzi government tax. So, my people, I may win sobu. You know, I may win sobu, but kita ne oil di na River State. Unafulia on the Fulani na the Sokoto Caliphate. Offer in control. Fana ndi ocha na-eke mmanụ. Nwa Buhari kasi obodo Igbo nata nwanne nya nyanwa dey in charge of oil. Oil o mara ebe o si aga. Yanwa nwere about 2.something billion saved in America. Mamia nwere the same thing. Buhari nwere nke all of them 5 billion dollar saved in American banks.
That is the reason, without your consent. The reason for Nigeria to break away, to break into how many pieces of Biafra own is that we are only interested in our own nation and our own people. And let me tell you the fact. The old Eastern Nigeria that fought Biafra war remain Biafra people. Those who say they are not Biafra, the referendum is going on. You may decide not to. You may decide to say no to the referendum. And when the result comes, we are going to check you. But for now, Biafra remain 40 United States of Biafra. And the old Eastern region is the Biafra. And those who would tell you that Igbo 5 states should go, you know, these are the issues that I really don't want to talk about because it does not make sense. Igbo does not have 5 states. If you talk about Igbo, there are Igbo in Benue State, there are Igbos in Kogi State, and so if they are telling you Igbos, what is going to happen to the Igbo in Benue State? What is going to happen to the Igbos in River State? And let me tell you, these are just, when we talk about Igbo, we talk about those speaking Igbo. There are Igbos that doesn't speak Igbo. These are the
my people, in analyzing this one that he mentioned now, they keep saying Igbo is 5 states because Famana onwe ife ma chọrọ ikwu ebe a ma onwe inu m chọrọ ịtụ mana inu amara m ka m ga-esikwu ka ọ ghara ịdị rude. Ịma na ndị a na-asị na fabro ndị Igbo akọlụ Saduana Sokoto fafurana na mmanụ dị ebe anwa wee kewapụ ndị nke a na-akpọfa Rivers State. Rivers ọ afa ndị Igbo, Rivers bụ afa ndị ọcha. N'oge Biafra ga-abịa every state na-aza afa ndị Afrịka. Anyị abụrụ ndị ọcha. A ga-eji language isef na-akụzi ife n'ụlọ akwụkwọ weli ya na-ede na translate everything to our languages. So fa wee kelisie ka fa wee kewapụta ebe fa ga na-aghọli ndị ọnwụ kaikai. Kedu onye mmanụ ga-adị na bie mmadụ dị ka Tampolo asị gị bịa chebe nche ikwelu na-eche nche paịpụ mmanụ na-aga ụwa niile round. Unu ma dịka m kwuru before na Russia agbanyụgo mmanụ na gas na-abịa Europe fa wee na-esi ọnwụ. Unu ma ifefa ji wee na-esikwasị ndị Niger ọnwụ. Ịma na ụfọdụ na-ada aghọta ife na-aga. Fa gwuru paịpụ anwa si Niger na-aga Europe, gas na mmanụ, maka na fa niile so wee na-anụso Russia ọgụ. Russia wee sife oke ebe ọ bụ na unu so ndị Ukraine na-anụso fa ọgụ na ya ga-agbanyụ mmanụ na ọkụ na gas unu nwe, ọ gbanyụọ ya. So oge afa bido nyebe ndị Niger nsogbu, Niger wee kwụsị ya bụ pipe. Unu afụghị na ọkachukwu si alụ ọlụ. Chineke nna onye ọbụla ga na-eto Chukwu every day maka God works in diverse ways. Ka Chukwu si alụ ọlụ erika o. Ife anyị na-ada agụta n'ife anyị na-eme, ị na-agụ news, ị na-afụ ife na-eme, ị na-aghọta na add 2 and 2 together. Ife o kwuru kịta ifugie. So fapụta fa na-ekewasi steeti na-aghọ fa mara na anyị kafa wee mara ife. It's just that na fa na-eyuzu ndị amị na ndị polisi wee na-egbusisi ndị be anyị. Egwu na-atụ onye ọbụla, ndị ọhaneze na ndị okenye na-asị asị ka e wee ghara igbufa. Ọnyanwa ọ ife melia. Unu mana ndị ọcha bụ ndị aghụghọ, mana ebe anyị nọ kafa ga-aghọsi aghụghọ anwa. Etu anyị si wee gbasasịa na all over the country, ọ aka ọlụ ndị ọcha ka anyị bịa na-agbalụfe odibo. Fa nọdụfa na ndị Fulani ya na-akpa akpụkpa. Fulani na-azọ to Fulanize Nigeria and to Islamize Nigeria. Ndị ọcha na-azọ gas na oil. Anyị nwa nọdụ at the center. Unu afro na prime minister anyị nọ ọ na-fight big battle. Ọ na-fight big battle. It's good to tell you people to hear this.
As you find in a job, Urobo. These are Igbos that doesn't speak Igbo language. What do you do to them? Anyway, my people in Belgium, you have a very important role to play in this struggle or not in the liberation of Biafra. Our achievements speak for itself. I will not sit here and start listening the achievement of the Biafra government in exile. Our own is that we've made sure that the legality of the government in exile has been proven beyond every reasonable doubt in accordance with international law. Our own job now is to continue to push for the recognition of this government, including the de facto government in the homeland. The structure of the government has met the 1933 Montevideo Convention of a state. And now that this particular formation of the government and structure has been achieved, we now focus on the delegitimization of Nigeria. Kora Nigeria Igwe, as much as possible. That is all. You have to prove to the international community how serious you are. And of course, the next is to the UN. We will hit them very hard with evidence. So for peace to return to the entire West Africa, Biafra must be free. The continual subjugation of Biafra, the continual forceful union in Nigeria will never restore peace in the West Africa. And this peace will go beyond West Africa up to the entire Africa and Sahel. Because the exit of Biafra will also end the upsurge of terrorists within the Sahel region. The interest that the terrorists have, that the reason they are invading Nigeria today, many of the majority percent of this interest lies in the Biafra soil. And so the exit of Biafra will end the entire terrorist plan in Africa. And everybody must understand this. So when we fight for our freedom, we are not just fighting for the freedom of Biafra alone. We are fighting for the mankind. We are fighting for the preservation of the human life within the Sahel region. So any nation, any government that is very responsible must support Biafra. But like everybody knows, we are not bothered whether a government recognizes Biafra government or not. We know that we must continue to do that which is right according to international law until they are forced to recognize Biafra. Because the time is coming when you can't hide away from what we are doing. The time is coming when this government, who have refused to comment on the activities and the status of Biafra, will be forced to comment. And though the time is coming when the United Nations, who have remained mute and don't, the spirit of I don't care, will be forced to comment on Biafra. And that will determine, that comment will come as a result of our determination, our resilience, and what we have to do to delegitimize Nigeria state within Biafra land. And that's what we are going today. The economic sanction strangulation continues. So Belgian people, I want you to understand that for us to, go deeper into the affair of the Biafra Republic government in exile is something that takes a lot of time. We are now going to start the awareness like never before, making sure that our people will listen to the voice of Biafra radio from the satellite, and our people will listen to the voice of Biafra television, satellite TV in Biafra land, and that is already happening. We are live on satellite on TV, live on satellite on radio, and we are still spreading. Now we have ordered that the entire coastal state, the state from the coastal region, will have, first of all, we'll have this radio, the FM 97.5 FM from the satellite spread across the state before we talk of the hinterland. Because in the hinterland, the entire Biafrans are aware of what is going on. So our satellite is focused on the coastal side. And from this week, we are into one of the hinterland state will test run the satellite radio from the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government. So please, if you are one of those who are an officer for the voting for the referendum, please you have to beef up your activities. We need as many votes as possible before October. This is very, very important. We need as many votes as possible. So I want to thank you for supporting this government up to this point, and our activities in defending Biafra land will continue. That is not going back. From here, I thank you very much. Airborne to the Biafra Republic, airborne to the Biafra Liberation Army, airborne to the Biafra Defense Forces. Thank you all. Your flag and the arms will continue to go against the enemy, which is the Nigeria terrorist state, and will protect our women and our children, and nobody will intimidate us to drop our arms for self-defense. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my people. I have played it successfully till the end of the whole thing. We should all remember what our Prime Minister, all the very important issues he has raised, the emphasis he has made. We are not good to go and become Biafrans, but we are good to remain in the zoo. For them to keep calling us their slaves, calling us infidel. My people, which one of you will like to answer that name? And I am sure that nobody will ever like such thing to be ascribed to your name. We are more than this country in Africa that is 13 million. Biafrans, they say that we are 70 million, but I am sure that if proper census is counted, we are more than 100 million, because we are thickly populated and more populated than the North. The only thing North has is vast land. All these people that the Boko Haram or the Boko Haram, those who form Boko Haram is bringing, are mercenaries. They go to other African nations to recruit them and bring them. And Gumi will be the one peddling them here and there, distributing them in various bushes in the zoo, terrorizing people. You all know that Obi won the election, but because they want Muslim tickets, this is to buy people and come and settle in their land. We have nothing in common with the Fulanis. The Hausa people are indigenous people, and they are also buying them. They are not in the government. Fulani are very evil-minded people, very self-centered. They came and saw the Igbo man as the electric that lights up every state where we come. We will light up and start developing. They never liked it. Since 1808 that Usman Danfodio came to the zoo, Igbos have always been his problem. Till date, his great-grandchildren, which are these people troubling us now, they, you know, Fulanis, they have one common tradition. Whatever they could not do, they will keep it for their children to continue. So my people, we know them. We studied them. Our Prime Minister said it, that he took time to study Nigeria. All the sportsmen, all the accountants, the doctors, the intellectuals, the businessmen and everything is from Biafra land. The oil that made Nigeria known all over the world is from our hometown. The gas, everything that made Nigeria what it is. That's why they are fighting to keep us. You all heard it when after the war, Babawo was saying that why he helped God to keep the Biafrans is because he doesn't want to face the Fulanis alone for his people. My people, we are not slaves. We have to be our own masters and organize our home. Try and cast your vote. Make your donations. Let us work constructively to raise Biafra and support our Prime Minister. I will leave you here. We all know what is good. Let us do it. Do not be deceived that our Prime Minister is the cause of insecurity in Southeast. That was the plot or the ploy of Saduana of Sokoto. That is their methodology. That is how they operate. So, my people, I love you all, and I am going to leave you here. Any update I have, I will come with it. We are not here to gossip because we know what to say. We are here to elicit facts and make people see with us the reason why Biafra will come. Time has passed for gossip. Time has passed for propaganda. This period of liberation is time to face reality and work very, very hard. Time to make sacrifice. Please, my people, try your possible best to do what is needful for Biafra to come. I will leave you here. I love you all. All hail Biafra. Peace, unity, progress, and equity. Lotakwa n'ifo koko ndị mpụ during the war. Ọ sị na onye ndị ilo gba gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwa n'ụla. Bye bye from here.